All right, so the next thing I want to share is the way that I like to do inquiry or facilitate inquiry nowadays. And this isn't really a new tool as much as a slight tweak into how to do this. And it seems like this small change actually makes quite a bit of a difference. So, as I mentioned in the previous video, I don't usually do that much of things like tapping and focus shifting anymore. And continuing from that, I don't actually even do so much of looking at words and seeing the space around the words and allowing them to fade away. Because what I noticed at some point was that when I do that, when I look at the space around the words, that's kind of trying to make the words or the images to go away. And there's definitely a benefit to that. It's good to be able to good to get the experience how those words and images are just words and images and have those fade away that way. But the way that I most of the time do inquiry nowadays is instead of trying to get those words and images to fade away, is to kind of do the opposite, to go deeper into them. So let's say that there's an image that comes up. So what I would do is I would ask the client to see if there are any other associations, any other words and images related to that image, and try and see if they can allow all of those words and images to come up. And I often ask the client to see that as a kind of a slideshow thing, where you just see one image at a time, it fades away, you see the next image, kind of like the clearing method, but without the tapping part. And you're just looking at each of those images or words and see them, acknowledge them, and they fade away. And then one of two things happens. Either you just run out of images, at which point pretty much every time also the original image or words also fade away. Or the other alternative is that you come up with another image or set of words which are even more charged than the original. In that case, of course, you would go and allow that image or those words to be there and be with them, and allow even more associations based on that image or those words. And as you continue this process, what tends to happen is you just see loads and loads of images, sometimes a few, sometimes like dozens, and what you're really doing is you're allowing all those associated images and words to come up and to be seen. So it seems like that's exactly what we're avoiding when in our like normal day-to-day lives. We're not open to seeing all those associations, and when you open to them and allow them to come, then you just see them from awareness and they fade away, and the original images also fade away. And quite often it's not just the images fade away, but you then naturally go into the body and experience the somatic aspects of those words and images and all those memories. And as I said in the beginning, this might sound like a small tweak, but I've gotten like really good feedback from doing this, like people commenting that they've been able to go really deep by in the sessions where we've used this approach. So I highly encourage you to try that out both as a facilitator and also when you're doing self-facilitation. Okay, that's it for this second video. See you hopefully on the next one.